Very grateful to the lake to have a chance to be here for the championship game. So on the flags all of you waving, we use them all over the area. The ceremonies everywhere. But if anyone wants a little flag, I have them for how kind and nice everyone has been over the many years we've cheered and sang for your team. So on this night for your championship game, in front of your family and friends, how much excitement you feel in playing this game in front of your family and friends. Thank you so much. We take time out to thank all the players that have played so well during the year. The coaches that coach you to be such great players. Our umpires that teach the game as they umpire the game. Our family and friends that come to the games during the year to make the game so inspirational. All my helpers that always pass out the flags to make the ceremony great. And for everyone with this league for making it so inspirational. Give yourselves a hand for being an inspiration, everyone. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best tonight. Have a wonderful game tonight. Remember the friendships you have for a lifetime. Good luck in this game tonight. I hope you have the greatest 4th of July and summer you ever have in many ways. Please rise. We honor American honor freedom. We pay tribute to our American flag and the stars and stripes. The American eagle on top of the flag, our great country bird, representing this great flag. The little flags you hold have so much meaning. If you look at the flag in front of you you're waving, it represents every soldier and veteran, policeman, fireman, first responder, and all of our nurses all over the world. They gave up everything in their life so these flags will stand on this field. You can play the game of softball here in America. It's an honor to our men and women and their families, and to all of us as Americans. Please wave your flags in reverence to everyone. And if all of you can please join and sing with me. To be on our country and on our freedom. So we sing the national anthem of the United States of America. We can start this evening by doing the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land and the rain? Have a great one, everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you all.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to the Beaver County Softball Network.
I gave them your number for our game.
So, my name is Bill Littler, and I don't know why. I hope you don't hear an echo, because I hear an echo. But we are here for the 12U championship game here at the Beaver County Fast Pitch League. This is hopefully going to be a good game here. I'm just trying to straighten out my headset here, so hopefully you guys can hear me okay and there's no feedback. So, again, my name is Bill Littler, and this is the Beaver County Softball Network. We have the 12U championship here with the Central Valley Navy team that's going to be in the field first. And they will be playing the Blackhawk green team. This is recreational softball at the Beaver County Fast Pitch League. 12U, the only restriction or rule that restricts them a little bit is there's 5-run max per inning. When we get into this level of the championship bracket, these teams are usually pretty competitive. I know these two teams have played each other several times, and they do have competitive games. So now I will say, and I'm going to say this right now, I use Starlink to bring this to you. And right now I'm having obstruction in the sky. So I don't know if it's the clouds or if it's the trees behind me. I don't know. But there is sometimes when I do lose connection. So you'll see the screen pause just for 10, 20 seconds, and then I'll come back on. So just be patient with me. I'll try to keep an eye on it. That way if you miss anything, I'll catch you up. Just strike. This channel is sponsored by BCSN Investors. And I will get more into that as the game proceeds here. Second pitch is a ball. Again, if you're watching and if there's anything that happens with the feed or anything, there's something in the chat that give me a hint, and I'll make some adjustments if I can. Swing and a miss. So we have 1 ball and 2 strikes, I believe. I am a one-man show here, so I've been trying to make some adjustments to the feed as I'm announcing, so bear with me here. There's a swing and a miss. That'll be strike 3. If you watched the 10U game, there were some restrictions with pitching that you had to have so many pitchers pitch the first couple innings, and none of that applies here at 12U. Literally, the only thing is the 5-run limit per inning. So there's 1 out. There's a foul ball. We are at what is this called? Veterans Park out here in Chippewa. Chippewa is a township located in Beaver Falls. The school district here is Blackhawk High School. Those of you who are watching not from the area. Both these teams, I think at least the one team had to play late last night because of the weather. But they were able to get it in, but they played late. Like, I'm talking late, like midnight late. Pretty wild for these young kids to do something like that, but they did it. That ball is popped up, and it's going to be caught. And it was off my screen, but it will be an out. Looks like I think the first baseman made that play. So that'll be the second out in the first inning here. That's a shot. That's going to be down the line. Fair ball. It's going to roll all the way to the fence. Or is that foul? No, he called it foul. I didn't notice that. She ripped that ball. It must not have been fouled by much. So it's nothing but a loud strike. It's going to be behind second base for a single. It is that first hit, but much more effective being in play. So you have a base runner on first with 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Now there are no restrictions as far as base running goes, so they can run. Drop third strike is in play. That's a hit up the middle. And she's going to hold up at 2. So we have base runners on first and second. 2 outs. It's a nice hit. Right up the middle. That's what you want. A lot of traffic up here in the middle of the field. Is it called strike? Again, if you're watching and it pauses on me, be patient. It'll come back on. Just takes a couple seconds for it to find itself. Elon Musk's satellites need to adjust, I guess. I don't know what's going on. There's a swing and a miss. 2 strikes. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. We are growing every day. That's a hard hit. Play it home is not going to be in time. So that'll be an RBI. So runners stayed at first and second and did score a run here. Another nice hit. That's going to score 1. And the runners are going to advance on the throw. That's why you got to hit your cutoffs as an outfielder. You always got to hit your cutoffs. On first, advance to second. Now you have 2 runners in scoring position. And I need to adjust that on the scoreboard. There's a foul ball out of play. Swing and miss. Turned into a nice day. It was raining. And then it finally went through. These fields look great. That ball is in play, and it's going to get in the gap. And that'll score 2 more. Blackhawk has come to hit the ball. So it's 4-0 here in the first. We have runners on first, I think. And she's going to get the second on a wild throw. You know, if I'm the coach here in this situation, I'm calling timeout and talking to my team here. Settle them down a little bit. Foul ball. Just give them a breather. Sometimes, you know, kids need just a minute, clear their heads. And like I said, if it's pausing, that's because the network is freezing on me. So please be patient. It'll come back on in a couple seconds. And if anything's missed, I'll let you know. There's a ball back to the pitcher, and she'll get the play at first. And that will end that inning. But Blackhawk put 4 on the board. So we'll be back with the bottom half of the first inning with Blackhawk up 4-0. It's easier than you think. Every like, comment, and share on our Facebook content helps generate revenue through Facebook monetization. This network was built to shine a spotlight on our amazing local athletes without asking for donation from youth sports sponsors. To keep coverage free and to keep your money in the programs that need it most, the youth programs. So if you believe in what we're doing, tap that like button, drop a comment, and share our post with your friends. It's totally free, and it makes a real difference. I already had the scoreboard mixed up. I had the run scored under CV, so I switched that up. So we do have Blackhawk is up 4-0. And here comes Central Valley to see if we can respond here. It was a big inning for Blackhawk. They were really hitting the ball. Missed inside. It's a foul tip. Missed high. Missed high. That'll be ball 4. There are walks here at this level. I know at 10U, if you watch that game, there were no walks. We had the coaches come in to finish the strike counts, but not here. You walk, you take your bag. So we have nobody out, runner on first. There's a ball that gets past the catcher. Runner's going to advance to second. I know Central Valley has several good sticks on this team, good bats. I know Blackhawk's loaded too, so I don't remember if I streamed any Blackhawk games. I did stream, I think, one of these games for CV. There's a swing and a miss. I just know this CV team too from previous seasons. My daughter played on Central Valley, so I kind of follow them a little bit more than others. Missed high, and that got way over their head. Base runner will advance to third on that wild pitch. Base runner on third base. Nobody out. So foul ball. Back. It's another foul ball. And I do apologize about that. Doesn't have the best quality here, but it's what we're dealing with. There's a pop up, and that's going to be fair behind third base. And that'll be an RBI single. So that puts Central Valley on the board, 4-1. And there's still nobody out. Missed high and away, and that's going to advance that base runner on a wild pitch. So the base runner's scoring position. Looks like she tried to throw a curveball or something. It got out of her hand. That ball gets past the second baseman for a hit. And it's going to score another run. So that'll split Blackhawks lead in half there. It's now 4-2. Still nobody out. If you're just tuning in, this is the Beaver County Fast Pitch League 12U Championship game here on Beaver County Softball Network. Runner's going to advance to second on a pass ball. There's nobody out. Bottom of the first. 4-2 Blackhawk lead. That one missed outside. Now, the 10U game, the umpire that we had was given that strike call, but this umpire is not. They're going to steal third, and she'll be there. Nobody out, runner on third base. It was a nice stop by the catcher, but she has to keep that ball in front of her. Missed inside. Ball four. So we have timeout called here. We're going to have a little discussion. This circle wave runner's on first and third here in the bottom of the first inning. Looks like we're going to have a pitching change. And we're going to warm up. So I'm going to take a minute here, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. Help me grow. I also need you to watch as much as you can. So go through the on demand and all the games and things that we have up there, and help grow the watch hours so I can monetize this network. Yeah, monetizing too helps. I'm not sponsored by anybody. The BCSN Investors is something that I'm doing to help cover the cost that this has. I don't want to charge anybody, and I don't want to take sponsorships away from the youth programs. So I decided to be self-sponsored. And it looks like we're ready to get started here. So we have first and third, nobody out. And they're going to give her second base. Now, some people would say that's a defensive indifference. In my opinion, that is not, because Blackhawk really doesn't want that girl on second, but they don't want that girl on third to score even more. Defensive indifference is when the score is out of hand and you really don't care that that girl gets to second base. That's when it's a defensive indifference. Did I talk through and out? I think I did. Nice stop by the catcher. It was a real good job. She needs to keep her head down now. You got a mask on. That's not going to hurt you. It was a good job getting in front of that ball, though. But I'm not sure what happened in that situation. But we're here with bases loaded. And I don't think there's any outs. First pitch missed down low. Stay with me. It'll come back on. Is it called strike? There's a ball there, so we got a 1-1 count. Called strike. So we got a 1-1, 2-strike count. Missed low. Evens a count at 2. Blackhawk is desperately looking for an out here. Missed outside. Full count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. No, I do believe that's the first out. They needed that bad. I'm trying to wait to see if anyone signals how many outs there are, but I do believe that's the first out. Missed low. Nice block by the catcher. And I do believe the score's 4-3. There's a foul ball out of play. Nice block by the catcher again. Bases are loaded, so she needs to keep that ball in front of her to prevent another score here. The backstop isn't too deep, but it will be challenging if it does get past them. Called strike 3. Or was that just a called strike? Trying to find this game on Game Changer. There's a strike 3. So now there's going to be 2 outs. Bases are still loaded. Pitch. Blackhawk can get out of this, giving up only 3 runs. I think they'd be very happy. And it's going to be a nice play to get that final out. So that could have been a lot worse for Blackhawk. But Central Valley. All right, we're back, and we are in the second inning here in the BCFPL 12U Championship. These two teams here exchanged blows in the first inning. Blackhawk came out 4-3. Ball hit the third to first, and she will get the out. Nice play. So that'll be the first out. One pitch, one out. Now, if you've joined me, I am having some intermittent network issues. So every once in a while, the game will pause or skip. So just kind of be patient with me. It's not out very long. I think I'm behind a couple too many trees here for the Starlink to have a clear view. So every once in a while, I drop a couple frames. And we have nobody on base. Let me reset that. So there's one out here in the top of the second inning. There's a ball in play. It's going to be popped up to center field, and she makes the play. That'll be the second out. So there's two outs. Missed inside. There's a ball hit. That's going to fall for a single. She'll stay at first. Two out single. All right, there's two outs. Runner on first base. What are we doing? Looks like we're doing some strategy here. Switching players around. I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, they're just shuffling defensive players with different positions. Some strategy. That ball's going to get through the infield. And it's going to be second and third. Still have two outs. That ball's in play. Third, she's going to make the throw to first in time. Nice play. They got out of that jam. So we'll be back with the bottom half of the second with Blackhawk hanging on to a 4-3 lead. Thanks for watching. That ball is gone. And that'll tie the game up.
My most effective pitch was most definitely my curveball. I could work it in and out, like even on the right-handed batter, I could throw it inside as like a backdoor curveball. And most of the time when I threw that, a lot of kids just kind of like stood off the plate more, just into it, and I'd throw it outside. My confidence and presence in the box, and I feel like it helps teammates be confident in themselves and believe in themselves the way that I believe in myself.
There was a group like that last year, and I started training them on the side, like, taking them to go hit, taking them to go field, catching. And they started to love it, started to look up to other girls on the team, and, it kind of just built up the team.
All right, we're back. And this is going to be the bottom half of the second inning. These two teams exchanged blows in the first inning. Then, not sure what's going on. I'm still not sure what's happening right now. The coach is getting on the field. So, I don't know what's happening. Looks like they switched pitchers. So I don't know if maybe someone wasn't feeling well or something. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, we'll take a minute here to show you something. So those of you who are watching, 80% of you are not subscribed to the channel. So if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. It doesn't cost anything, and it really helps us grow and get where we want to be as far as monetization goes. First pitch missed high. There's a hard hit. That's going to be fair ball down the line. And she's going to get the second with the leadoff double. All right, so we have nobody out with a runner on second base. That was CB's leadoff batter, so this will be their number 2 batter, and I think she had a single too the first inning. That's a nice play by third baseman. So that will be the first out on a line drive snag. And the camera's in a bad spot, but the backstop at this place has a net on top of the chain link fence. So when you hang up your camera on the fence, all you see is that net. So I moved it to off the side a little bit, and sometimes the umpire gets in the way. This is not a camera-friendly field, put it that way. All right, so we got one out still. Runner on second base. Missed low. Nice block by that catcher. She's really working hard back there. This is a pretty nice sized backstop too, so she's preventing a lot of extra bases here, working as hard as she is, blocking the balls. There's a ball in play. That's going to be high, and it's going to fall in front of the center fielder. They split the runners, so you have runners on first and third now. There's one out. That was a tough play. That would should have been caught. It was an easy enough fly that it could have been grabbed. I don't know if it was lack of communication or what it was in the outfield, but miss low. Runner advances to second. So we have second and third here with one out. Tying run is on third base. Shows bunt. She did pull back. Again, nice play by the catcher. Another bunt attempt, and that's going to be down, but I think it's going to be foul. Nice. That's what you want, something nice and slow and make those infielders run after it. Makes those plays a lot tougher. There's one out. Runners on second and third. Another bunt attempt. It's called strike. Pickoff attempt. Looks like they got her caught in a rundown. And they're going to get her. That'll be the second out. Good heads-up base running by the runner on second to advance to third. You like the aggression early in the game? Forcing teams into mistakes. So you can't be mad at that play. This early in the game anyway. So we have a runner on third base with 2 outs now. See if this batter can have a clutch hit here. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. They get out of that inning. All right, so after 2, Blackhawk holding on to that lead, 4-3. We'll be right back.
Was your daughter selected to the Beaver County Fast Pitch League Future Stars team? If so, and you want to memorialize this award, you can purchase these sleek 5x7s on network.
All right, we're back with the top of the third inning with Blackhawk up 4-3. We got a good game here. This is the 12U championship at the Beaver County Fast Pitch League. This league has been around since 2018, I believe. It started out as a Beaver County league years ago, and then we merged with Lawrence County and became the WPAFPL, Western Pennsylvania Fast Pitch League. And then in 2018, a group of us decided to pull back and make it Beaver County again. And that's where we're at now. So it looks like we're going to get started. Here's a discussion between the coach and the umpire about something. And here we go. Batter's in the box. Let's get started. It's a foul ball. One strike on the batter. This is the top of the third. Missed high and outside. I think tomorrow we're going to be back here streaming one of the Future Stars games. There's a nice hit. That's going to be in between center and right field for a single. So you have a runner on first base, nobody out. It's a ball in play. It's going to be popped up. And a lot of confusion at second, but they're going to get the force out at second base. It's kind of a tough play there. Central Valley needs to do better with communicating. But that hit kind of left that base runner out in no man's land. So they did get the out for the first out. So way to stick with the play even if you botch the pop-up. That gets past the catcher. And she thought about 3. The catcher didn't have much urgency to go after that ball either. Gotta go. Just tying inside. Oh, did they get her caught in a rundown? Oh, she's going to be back. Base runner's aggressive out there. You got to love aggressive base running. Force teams to make errors. That's how you win this game. You don't see a lot of coaches doing that. Not about hitting home runs. It's about forcing teams into errors. There's a hard hit. That's going to get through the infield. And they're going to send her home. And the play at the plate, no, they're going to hold her up. They did catch her in a rundown. And they got her out. It wasn't on the camera, but that is the second out. So sometimes aggressive base running backfires, but you want to force these teams to play defense. Defense is really hard to play at this game. You want to challenge it, especially in a game. You want to challenge the defense to see how good or bad they are. Then you know to be a little bit more conservative if they're good, or put the heat on them. Hit the second, and she's going to bobble it, and she's going to be safe. And they're going to score a run off of it. Again, aggressive base running. A lot of teams would be happy with that girl just on third. This coach here sent her. Swing and a miss. There's a hit. Going to be caught by second. And that should be the third out. However, Blackhawk puts another one on the board, so they are now up 5-3. And we'll be back after a short break.
Want to help support the Beaver County Softball Network it's easier than you think. Every like or money in the programs that need it most, the youth programs. So if you believe in what we're doing, tap that like button, drop a comment, and share our post with your friends. It's totally free, and it makes a real difference.
I'd cover that outside part of the plate. There's a nice bunt. And there's an error. And she's going to get the second. Yeah, when you get a little bit older and you have pitching that hits spots better, you know, this batter here, just giving you a little hint, get closer to that plate. You're way too far. But it worked here. She's on second base. All right, here we go. There's a hit. That's going to get over second. And they're going to split the runners. So we have runners on first and third here for Central Valley with nobody out. You can see the different coaching styles. I think the Blackhawk coach would have sent her to home. where the CV coaches are a little bit more conservative. And she's going to try to score, and she'll be there. And coaching styles, everyone has a different one. So that'll be 5-4. There's nobody out. Bugs are coming out. That gets past the catcher again. The catcher is doing really good the first couple innings, keeping those balls in front of her, but this inning she hasn't done as well. So we have a runner on third base with nobody out. That is the tying run on third base. I hope anyway. There's a swing and a miss. I've been trying to keep up. So we have a runner on third base, nobody out. There's a swing and a miss. I think the count is even at 2. Missed outside, not by much. Full count. I said this earlier. The 10U game, that umpire was giving that river into the box out there, but not this one. And that was ball 4 or strike 3. I guess it was strike 3. That'll be the first out. It didn't sound like he called it. There's a foul ball. Surrounded by dogs. Missed low. Nice block by the catcher. There is a tying run on third base, so she needs to work hard back there. Swing and a miss. It's a foul ball. Hanging in there. It's a ball. Two's the count. Miss low, full count. Tying run is on third base. Got one out. And this is the bottom of the third inning. We're approaching an hour. Called strike 3. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to be unlimited time. These games are typically timed, but I don't know what they're going to do with this championship game. I don't know what the rules are. but we don't have to worry about that at the moment. I think that's two outs. That gets past the catcher, and she's going to be safe. There's a called strike. Yeah, I thought it was a foul. It was a slow roller back to the first, but the game is tied. So after 3, we have a tie game. We'll be back with the 4th inning after this.
Was your daughter selected to the Beaver County Fast Pitch League Future Stars team? If so, and you want to memorialize this award, you can purchase these sleek 5x7 black plaques that are digitally printed and created by BCSN. The proceeds will benefit the network. Thank you for supporting the Beaver County Softball Network.
All right, we are back. So this is a pretty good game here. We have a tie game. And this is going to start a new inning, top of the 4th. Looks like we're waiting for a batter. There she is. Here comes the coach, and it looks like we're ready to get started. It's weird how no one's, like, no urgency with anybody. I think these are timed games. You gotta go. That was slipped out of her hand. Ball 1. There's a hit. And it's going to be caught by center. Nice play. So that'll be the first out. One out. Single. Hit 5-6 hole. I'm not sure if short was maybe cheating to second. I'm not sure what was going on there. But that looked like that was kind of in her. Should have been played anyway. I don't know if she would have made the throw, though, because that was probably a backhand. It's a tough play to make. Swamis. Stolen base. You'll be safe. A little bit of a pop slide there. So we got one out runner on second base after a stolen base. Athletic slide. Again, Blackhawk. Aggressive base running. Gotta love it. At least I do. Small ball. Aggressive base running. Bunting. I'm all about that. It's a hit. That could have been the hardest hit we heard all day. It's going to score one. And she's going to get the second. That was a nice hit. And she's going to be on second, actually. So that'll give Blackhawk the lead. Yeah, off the bat, that was probably the hardest hit I've heard in both these games we've streamed today. There's a ball up the middle. And the play at the plate is going to be in time. And she's going to get her at second. Double play. That was a nice play. Again, Blackhawk coaches, they are aggressive on those bases. And sometimes it doesn't work out. And that was in one of those situations. All right, so after... Well, that's the top of the fourth. We'll be back with the bottom half of the fourth after a break.
Was your daughter selected to the Beaver County Fast Pitch League Future Stars? And you want to memorialize this award, you can purchase these sleek 5x7 black plaques that are digitally printed and created by BCSN. The proceeds will benefit the network. Thank you for supporting the Beaver County Softball Network.
All right, so Blackhawk did take the lead in that inning, although it ended in an exciting way with a double play, a rare double play. Missed inside. I don't even know I don't know the numbers who all touched those balls, but that was pretty cool to see. Nice play by Central Valley. There's a ball hit to second. And she'll get the out at first. Nice play. So it's one out. And it's going to be foul called. I don't have that angle of camera over there on the foul territory on the left side of the field. I typically have my camera behind the left shoulder of the umpire. Nice play by the catcher. I'm going to do a replay on that. She had some hops there. It's going to be foul ball. One out. One ball and two strikes on the batter. Another foul ball. Missed low. It was a good eye. There's another foul ball. And that one's going to be caught. Again, out of my screen, but it was a play. So that'll be 2 outs. Nice play by the catcher again. She works hard back there. Swing and a miss. She helped her there. A little bit too excited. Swing and a miss. That'll be 2 strikes. She might have helped her there too. There's a ball in play. Short gets it, throws it to first in time for the out. That'll be the 3rd out. So after 4, Blackhawk is holding on to a 6-5 lead. We'll be right back. That ball is gone. That'll tie the game up.
My most effective pitch was most definitely my curveball. I could work it in and out, like even on the right-handed batter, I could throw it inside as like a backdoor curveball. And most of the time when I threw that, a lot of kids just kind of like stood off the plate more, and then I'd throw it outside.
My confidence and presence in the box, and I feel like it helps teammates be confident in themselves and believe in themselves the way that I believe in myself.
There was a group like that last year, and I started training them on the side, like, taking them to go head, taking them to go field, catching. And they started to love it, started to look up to other girls on the team, and, it kind of just built up the team.
First pitch is low. Ooh, I gotta reset the innings here. So this is going to be the top of the 5th inning. There's a foul ball. It's going to be out of play. One ball and 1 strike on the batter. Just outside. There's a ball in play. That's going to be up the middle. And center makes a nice play. First out. There's a ball in play. Then it's going to be foul. I thought it was foul. There's a ball up the middle. That's going to get through for a single. Nice hit. Puts a runner on first with 1 out. I think Blackhawk wants to score at least 1 more run here. They do not want to go into late innings with only a 1-run lead. It's not ideal. It's a foul ball out of play. I'd almost call a hit and run here. I'm thinking with Blackhawk as aggressive as they are, it might happen. Oh, she stopped on a run. Now this catcher behind the plate for Central Valley is pretty good too, so she can throw girls out. She has a nice arm. That's a hit. That's going to get through the infield too. So that another base runner for Blackhawk. First and second, 1 out. All right, so we got first and second with 1 out. Waiting for a batter again. There we go. Just high. 2-0. Called strike. And again, if you're watching and you see our feed pauses, just sit tight. It'll come back on in a couple seconds. Just dealing with some intermittent broadband connection issues. Steal attempt at third, and she's going to be called safe. And again, that camera angle is not the best where it's at, but I didn't really have much of a choice. So we have runners on second and third now, with 1 out. Was that ball 4? Yes, it was. Bases are now loaded. Not sure what's going on again. There we go. We got bases loaded with 1 out. Blackhawk wants to add to this lead. There's a ball in play. That's going to score 1. I think she got thrown out at first, but they did score a run. And that's what you want. 2-run lead is better than a 1-run lead. That's really all you need to do is hit that ball to the right side. Let that runner on third score. See, 2 outs, runners on. Did they call her safe? I think there's 2 outs. Yeah, you gotta get on those knees and knock that ball down. Keep it in front of you. I'm not sure what's going on now. All right, here we go. That's a hit. That's going to get over left fielder's head, and it's a fair ball. That's a nice drive there. That's going to score 2. So we got a runner on third now with 2 outs, and they have now a 5-run lead. There's a pop-up. Pitcher's going to make the play and end the inning. Not before Blackhawk does some damage. They are now up 10-5. We'll be back with the bottom half of the 5th after a short break. Yeah, so one of the things I'm doing is I use dye sublimation, and I do digital art and make things for the girls. I make signs, I make awards, recognition plaques, whatever you want. We do bag tags, and then we are also getting into trading cards, which is pretty cool. But we're starting to offer more and more of this. And of course, everything that we make goes into the network. And that's part of our, Etsy is part of our BCSN investors. And if you buy something, you are considered a BCSN investor. And here we go. First pitch is a strike here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Have to update the scoreboard. Missed low, 1-1. Time is called, not sure why. 1 ball and 1 strike. Missed high. Nobody's on base, so that pitch didn't hurt him. Two balls and a strike. Called strike. Missed outside. This is the swing and a miss. Strike 3. I was just going to say that this is the Beaver County Fast Pitch League Championship game for 12U. And there's a bunt and hitter, and he's going to call her out of the box. So if you get hit with that ball when you're outside of that box, you are out, and she was. It was a good call. So that'll be 2 outs. There's a ball in play that's going to second, and she gets the out at first. And Blackhawk is starting to feel it. All right, we'll be back after another short break. Okay, this is going to be the top of the 6th inning. Central Valley is running out of time. They need to put up a 0 here in this inning. Blackhawk has really been putting the pressure on them. That's missed high, 2-0. There's a ball up the middle. It gets past the pitcher and through the infield for a single. They always say middle's open. It's not easy for the pitcher to make that play. So we have runner on. There's a hit up the middle. That's going to fall. So we have runners at first and second with nobody out. Blackhawks in business yet again. We're going to do a courtesy runner or just a pinch runner. I'm not sure what's happening. What are we waiting for? They might be calling time, maybe. I wish I could tell you what's going on because I don't know. No idea. Oh, here comes the batter. At least we know that. Foul ball. Yeah, I'm not sure what that was all about. I mean, it could be because we're getting close to time. So they'll probably maybe finish the inning here. I know they always call that ball's hit. And it's going to be foul. But since the last inning is unlimited, they before the inning starts. And with this league, I'm still kind of involved in it. I think what we're going to do is if we like this unlimited stuff, I think I might have missed what happened. There's a ball in play. That's going to be a tough. Yeah, you knew where that one was hit, and with her being a lefty, she wasn't a slapper, but that's still a tough play to make. And that loads the bases. So there's one out. There's a pop-up fly ball. And that was dropped, but I don't know why that wasn't infield fly. Infield fly. For it not to be called infield fly, but I think that should have been called an infield fly. But that's a judgment call by the umpire, so it falls, and Blackhawk scores another run out of it. I think I have too many runs on the board here. It's only 10-5. It's a hard hit. And that's going to get through for another run. Oh, it's a foul ball. Bases are still loaded with 1 out, I believe. Or we have 2 outs. And it's 12-5. Blackhawk is pulling this one away. Foul ball. Missed just high. It's close. That was inside. Ball 4. First and third is what we have now. There's a strike. I'm choking out here, if you didn't know. So now it's 14-5. It's going to be an out. And that will end the inning. But Blackhawk has really put the damage on him. 14-5. Bottom of the 6th. We'll be right back. All right, so this is the bottom of the 6th inning. And Central Valley has a lot of work to do to stay in this game. And first batter steps in the box, ready to go. First pitch is a strike. Missed high. Missed low. That's a strike. You see, she kind of knew it, so she kind of swung, but not really. Miss outside. Full count. CV needs base runner, so a walk would be okay here. There's a foul. Missed outside. There's a pop-up that's off the dugout roof, I think. There's a strike called. That was kind of a... I don't think the batter agreed with it. I don't think I agreed with it. It's a curveball. It's a nice pitch. When it's close like that, you kind of... There's a ball back to the pitcher. Gets the out at second, but couldn't turn to. Got the lead runner, first out. It's actually a nice turn. Showing bunt, and that's going to be foul. So 1 out, runner on first base. Blackhawk is up big. Another bunt attempt. She pulls back, stolen base. They're going to get her. So that'll be 2 outs. And I think CV might be down to their last out. Ball's in play. And it's going to be foul. Not by much. Ball 4. CV staying alive. Miss low. Yeah, that that runner on first doesn't mean much. Central Valley needs to string several hits together here. Looking for balls, I think. Now what are we doing? I sit in the outfield to stay away from everybody, but sometimes it's inconvenient because you don't really know what's going on when stuff comes up like that. That ball is fair. And they called her out. That was close. That was real close. So what's happening? Are we playing in 7 innings? Looks like we are. So we'll have one more inning. I'm going to take another short break. We'll be right back.
Was your daughter selected? Needs will benefit the network. Thank you for supporting the Beaver County Softball Network.
So this is going to be... There's a ball in play up the middle. And they made the play. They got the out. All right, so there's one out. That is going to fall for a hit. Puts a runner on first base for Blackhawk. That was a high pitch there. She went after that one. Just over shortstop's head. Time is called. Ball high. There's a pop-up. And it's going to be caught by second, and they're going to double her up at first. It wasn't a very smart play there by Blackhawk. You don't want to give CV any kind of momentum. All right, so we'll be back with the bottom half of the 7th. Thanks for watching. So this is it. Final 3 outs. Central Valley has a lot of work to do. They're down by 9. And typically there's a 5-run limit per inning, but because this is the last inning, they will have a chance to score unlimited runs. By the way, thanks for watching. But if you are not, please subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate it. All right, here we go. And needless to say, Central Valley needs base runners. So let's see what happens here. Nothing special. They just need people on base. First pitch, the ball. Foul ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Called strike. So that'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes on the batter. Foul ball. Until a slapper, she's too worried about running to first. She's got to put that ball in play before you run to first. Probably just a little bit anxious in this situation here. Two balls and 2 strikes. Is that a full count now? Full count. Walk would be what CV needs right here. There's a ball in play. Third makes the throw, but she's not going to get there in time. So leadoff base runner is now on first. Now Central Valley needs to be very careful here, very safe, because they are down by so many. First pitch was a ball. Nobody out, runner on first. The ball's hit, and that's going to be caught by second. That'll be the first out. So one out, runner on first. Missed high. Nice play by the catcher. Again, that runner on first really doesn't mean much unless she counts for 9 runs, which I don't think Blackhawk would agree to that. Swing and a miss. There's a strike. So it's 2 strikes on the batter. I think it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. One out, runner on first base. Two. Good eye there. Just playing for fun, and other girls playing for travel, whatever. A lot of times the girls who are just playing for fun aren't really in situations like this. This girl here, she has a travel helmet on, so you know she's been in some tight situations before, so she kind of knows how to handle it mentally. Just swing and miss. Although she did get out there. It's a good swing. She had to protect the plate. This is that slapper that stands so far away from the plate. Live on the outside part of the plate if I was a pitcher here. And she's going to be safe. And they threw her a second. She's running too. She gets out. That is the game. I'm not sure why she would have went to second in that situation, but that is going to be game, and your champions are now Blackhawk Cougars. 12U Beaver County Fast Pitch League champions. Good game. So thanks for watching. I'm going to keep us on for the awards, and I think tomorrow I'm going to do one of the Futures games, so we'll be online tomorrow as well. And then we'll see what else is in store. We got All-Star games coming up, a couple travel games coming up, travel tournaments. But thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time.
That was a good game. Yep. We deserved this one. Yeah. After all these years. I'm not bringing the other people. No. Come on.
They're all getting them. Face. Yep. I seen her. Yeah. Aw, Face just got her medal.
Yeah, they all still got medals.